Welcome back, guys. This is the intermediate/advanced level of the Kung Fu HIIT High Intensity Interval Training video series. You're going to find more complex movements and higher difficulty drills in this video. Now, if you're ready, let's go. We're going to start this 40-minute workout off back with our dynamic stances. Push out 3 times with your hands and breathe out with power. Then go into your cat stance, your crane stance, your crouching stance, and then your bow stance. The slower you do these stances, the harder it is. Then hold the horse stance at the very end for the rest of the round. We're almost done with the round, and now you could take a 30-second break. In this round, we're going to go into some twist jumps, and we can modify these later as Lotus Jumps if doing these twist jumps is too difficult for you. Now for these twist jumps, they're kind of like frog jumps, except you're just bending your legs, going as low as you can possible, and jumping into the air as high as you can and turning 180 to the other side. Pace yourself, as this can get tiring very quickly. So if you are getting too tired, switch into the Lotus Jumps. As the name implies, you're starting off in a seated, sort of a lotus position, and you are hopping up on your 2 feet and then jumping into the air and doing the twist, and then seating back down. And now you could take a 30-second break. Here we are back with our dynamic stretch kicks. So just like before, you're gonna raise your foot up into the air as high as possible and get it past your head if you can. And you're gonna slap your opposite hand that is outstretched for balance. Keep your legs straight as much as possible and kick it all the way up. And this dynamic stretch will really help with your kicks because it's not a static stretch, so you're always trying to kick higher and higher, which is going to be easier than if you just try to hold a static stretch position. We're almost done with the round. And now you could take a 30-second break. In our next round, we're going back to our basic push-ups. So I have my hands just slightly wider than shoulder width apart, and I'm bending at the elbows, and I'm doing my push-ups. and then I switch over to some knuckle push-ups. Now, push-ups are an essential workout pretty much across any martial art, any sport, any fitness routine. It works your whole body because you need to have a strong core, you need strong legs, and of course, strong upper body in order to do the push-up. So the more push-ups that you can do, the healthier that you are. There's a direct correlation. So if you can do 100 push-ups or 200 push-ups a day, 300 push-ups a day, that is a really good indicator of your health. We're almost done with the round. And now you could take a 30-second break. So for this round, we're back to our inside crescent kicks. Again, same as before, you want to lift your foot up as high as possible, past your head if you can, and kick it in a crescent motion towards the inside, towards the other side of where your hand is, and try to slap it with that opposite hand. Maintain a steady pace with your kicks and try and work your technique so that it becomes sharper and sharper as you throw the kick. Keep the arc high and stretch that leg all the way across. We're almost done with the round. And now you could take a 30-second break. And for this round, we're back with our sit-ups. Now, sit-ups are arguably the most important exercise in martial arts because you need a strong core. Everything that you do in martial arts is about the core. Whether you're grappling, whether you're striking, everything comes from the core. So if you have a soft core, you have a soft body, you can't take hits very well, and you can't strike very well, and you basically can't move at all if your core is no good. So every day you should be doing core exercises. Aim for 100, 200, 300 reps per day if you can. We're almost done with the round. And now you could take a 30-second break. You probably guess what's coming up next, and yes, you're right, this is our outside crescent kicks. So same with our inside crescent kicks, this time you're kicking it outwards and you're slapping your foot on the same side with the same hand. Same as before, as with any dynamic stretch kick, you want to kick as high as possible and keep the arc for as long as you can and circle your foot all the way out. Focus on the technique, focus on getting the foot higher and higher if it's not already above your head. And with enough practice, this will help extend your flexibility and help with your kicking ability. We're almost done with the round. And now you could take a 30-second break. Next round, we're doing squats. Again, one of the basic core exercises of martial arts is the squat exercise. You gotta have strong lower body. You gotta have strong legs in order to do martial arts, especially with Kung Fu when you're doing all these low stances, low squats. You need strong legs and you need a strong butt. So we're gonna work on our lower body with these squats. Strong legs and strong butt will enable you to hit harder, hit faster, and really help with your kicks. We're almost done with the round. And now you could take a 30-second break. This round, we're back with our sticky kicks. This time though, we're gonna modify the sticky kicks a little bit and make it harder and try and hook that foot back after you lifted the knee and you kicked roundhouse kick style 3 times. You can see I'm hooking my leg backwards afterwards. Now that's pretty advanced. You might not be able to keep it up for the entire round, which is okay. You can switch it over to your regular sticky kicks, where you lift your knee up onto the side and try and kick 10 times out onto the side and then switch sides. This is a pretty advanced kicking drill. I'm not even the best at it. This is something that I'm currently, working on. So don't feel bad if you can't keep the leg up, can't keep the foot up. Just try your best. If you can't kick 10 at a time, then kick 5 at a time. And if you can't do that, lower the reps. And now you could take a 30-second break. Now we're going into our diamond push-ups. So this is one of our variations for the push-ups that we were doing before. We're gonna place our hands close to us, okay, in the shape of a diamond, okay, with your palms down on the ground. Chest, you're gonna lower it down to the palm that's making the diamond shape. Now this could be quite challenging, so pace yourself, right? Take a short break in between if you have to. Bust out 5 more reps, bust out 10 more reps. Take a short break, and then try to keep it going. As with all push-ups, you want to make sure that you keep your butt down. Don't lift it up into the air, but also don't drop it too low, and don't touch your waist onto the ground either. Keep it parallel to the floor as much as you can. We're almost done with the round. And now you could take a 30-second break. This round, we're moving on to something new. We're doing our tiger's tail kicks, which is just a kung fu name for the back kick. The reason why it's called the tiger's tail kick is because when you do the back kick technique, it looks like the tiger's tail. The tiger's tail is similar to a mule in that the kick comes behind the butt and it doesn't spin around. So you have to launch that back kick out. Do this, of course, with a roundhouse kick so that you're actually doing 2 kicks at once, then you're practicing both kicks at the same time. Also, focus on using your back kick on your weaker side so that you can work on this technique and make it better. Now, you can practice this as slow as you want or as fast as you want. It's up to you. We're almost done with the round. And now you could take a 30-second break. Now let's go into our V-sit sit-ups. So for our V-sit sit-ups, what you're doing is you're keeping your legs in the air in the shape of a V, and you are sitting up and you are trying to touch your toes with both of your hands. Try to keep all of your body in the air, suspended in the air as possible. So only your butt or your hips should be down, touching the ground. Everything else is suspended in the air. So keep your head up, keep your chest up, keep your shoulders up, keep everything up. And do that for the entire round. If you need to take a break, then just pace yourself and take a break. Thankfully, my core is pretty strong, so I can keep going. But if you need a break, just take one. We're almost done with the round. And now you could take a 30-second break. Here is a unique Kung Fu coordination drill. Now there's a Shaolin version of this drill. I'm doing a Wing Chun version of this drill. And what you do is you kick out like a front snap kick or like a Wing Chun oblique kick. You take the same side hand and you slam it down on the opposite side hand with the palm open. And once you do that, you stomp with the opposite foot. Now with your hand still on top of your other hand, the same hand punches out vertically. And then you repeat, but you switch sides every time you repeat. Now if this is the first time that you're doing this drill, you might have to pause this video, maybe rewind it just to see exactly what's going on. But once you get used to this drill, try to do it with power, with speed, and with the right coordination. You want to make sure that your entire body is linked together so that when you're turning your feet, you are actually punching with your entire body and not just with your hand. Now you could take a break here, but I did a couple of extra ones just because I think these coordination drills are really fun to do. Now we move on to some lunges. Lunges are, again, pretty basic exercise, and you should practice these because it builds up your lower body strength. All you do is you take a step forward and you bend your back leg down, and you don't have to touch the floor with your knee. You're actually just gonna come right above the floor, and then you're going to step back in and come back up. And you just repeat this side to side. We're almost done with the round. And now you could take a 30-second break. For this round, we're working on our dragon's tail kicks. So, made famous by Bruce Lee, of course, dragon whips his tail. So throw a roundhouse kick either to the body or to the head and follow through with that momentum and raise your back foot high for a spinning heel kick or spinning hook kick. You can aim with the ball of your foot as the target, or you can aim with your heel. Practice this slowly if you want to, or with full speed, full power to try and work on that technique. We're almost done with the round. And now you could take a 30-second break. Next round, we're getting into another round of conditioning. This time, we're gonna put our arms nice and wide for some wide arm push-ups. So place your palms wide apart, as wide as you can go, and then bend at your elbows and come down with your chest as close to the ground as you can. Now these can be tough, so pace yourself, take some breaks in between if you have to, and try to get as many reps as you can within the round. We're almost done with the round. And now you could take a 30-second break. Now, here's a bit of a crazy one, okay? This is purely just an exercise, just a coordination drill. You wouldn't actually use this technique on anybody, I hope not. It's a split kick. So you're gonna jump up as high as you can in the air into a split, and you're gonna kick as high as you can on both sides. So I'm trying my best to kick up as high as possible. I'm trying my best, so I encourage you to also try your best. Now, if your legs cannot come up to a full stretch into a split like that, you can modify this and simply jump up and tuck your knees up to your chest. Now, for the advanced players, you can do what I just did and drop down into like a squat and then jump all the way up into a split kick if you're advanced. And now you could take a 30-second break. For this next round, we're doing some leg raises. So this is another core exercise, and I would like you to keep your entire body up. So don't touch your head onto the ground, don't touch your hands, don't touch your shoulders or anything like that. Keep everything up as you're raising your legs up. This will give you the maximum effect for this workout. For modifications, you can place your hands to your sides to keep yourself balanced, or if it's still too difficult, then you can put your head and your hands down onto the floor while you raise your legs up. We're almost done with the round. And now you could take a 30-second break. For this round, we're doing some double front snap kicks. So there's two ways to do them. First way is to do it controlled, like you see right now, where you're front snapping your first kick out and then using your bottom leg and jumping up to do the second kick. Or you could do it the second way, where you are simultaneously jumping in the air, switching sides, and then kicking above your head. For modifications, if this is too difficult, just do 2 regular front snap kicks while your feet are on the ground. We're almost done with the round. And now you could take a 30-second break. Now the previous round was pretty tough, so for this round, we're just gonna do some simple calf raises. So all you have to do is just stand normally and then raise yourself on your tippy toes, on the balls of your feet, and raise yourself by your calves. And do this for the rest of the round. We're almost done with the round. And now you could take a 30-second break. And for this round, we're back to our classic horizontal punches. Again, get into your horse stance as wide as you can, but not too wide, and then practice your chambered horizontal punches. Try and use maximum power, and try and breathe out and really push that power forward into your punches. Chamber back and work on the push-pull motion that drives this punch. We're almost done with the round. And now you could take a 30-second break. Now let's get into our knuckle push-ups. For these knuckle push-ups, I want you to place your hands as close as you can to the side of your body and then bend your elbows so that they almost touch your ribs, and then bend your elbows and do the push-up with your chest as close to the ground as possible. We're almost done with the round. And now you could take a 30-second break. For this round, we're working on our side snap kicks. So try to do them controlled and slow. Raise your knee up onto the ground first, and then use the power of your hips and launch that side kick out to the side, making sure that it's nice and snappy and accurate. We're almost done with the round. And now you could take a 30-second break. And for this round, we're gonna go into our plank position. Keep your body horizontal and parallel to the ground. Don't stick your butt up in the air and don't drop your hips down to the floor. Hold this position for the rest of the round. We're almost done with the round. And now you could take a 30-second break. And for this round, we're gonna practice our chain punches we're going to be punching in sequences of 1, 2, and even 3 punches at once, and try to practice with proper footwork and proper body structure. You can choose to step 45 degrees in a half step and enter the center line and punch straight through. The secret to practicing good chain punches is using the push-pull motion and also using your horse stance to drive you forward to penetrate with the punch. Just like in boxing, you do not want to use just your arms and elbows to punch, as that would be too weak. Try to use your entire body and propel yourself forward into the punch. And now you could take a 30-second break. Alright guys, this is the second last exercise of this workout. We're back with our dynamic horse stance. Go into your regular horse stance and move from side to side, bending one leg after the other. Try and go as low as possible and stretch out your legs as you go down. And that was the end of our second last round. You've made it to the end. For our last round, we're just going to cool down by doing any Kung Fu form of your choice. So, for this round, we're just going to do one form once and use it as a cool down period. That's it. You completed the intermediate / advanced level Kung Fu HIIT workout, 40 minutes. Woo, this one was a tough one. This one was very tough. So if this was too tough for you, modify it, right? Maybe do less reps, more controlled reps. If this is still too easy for you, do more reps, explode more, jump more, okay? Kick higher, punch harder, okay? And that was the cool down that we did. any form of your choosing, right? Any kind of Kung Fu form that you want to work on. That was our cool down. So again, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on the next video.